Chapter 17, Job continues. My breath is corrupt, my days are extinct, the graves are ready for me. And are there not mockers with me? And doth not mine eye continue in their provocation? Lay down now, put me in a surety with thee. Who is he that will strike hands with me? For thou hast hid their heart from understanding, therefore shalt thou not exalt them. He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as a tabret. Mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members are as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonied at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do ye return, and come now? For I cannot find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day, the light is short because of darkness. If I wait, the grave is mine house. I have made my bed in the darkness. I have said to corruption, Thou art my father, to the worm, Thou art my mother and my sister. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? They shall go down to the bars of the pit, when our rest together is in the dust. Here Job is talking sort of to God, sort of to his friends. And he says, my breath is corrupt. Could mean one of two things, but I think the thing that he's meaning here is he's having difficulty breathing. And my days are extinct. In other words, he feels that he is close to death. The graves are ready for me. Now, very often what they used to do is they would bury the individual in the earth and then come back a year later and exhume the bones, and then they would put the bones in a box called an ossuary. And so it is all the bones that they had found would be in the ossuary, and that's how people were actually buried rather than their bodies maintained. That would be how they were. So that's why they would be the graves, plural. And then he says in verse 2, are there not mockers with me? And these people are basically mocking him. When it says put me in a surety, that means put me someplace secure. I have no idea what the strike hands with me means. Maybe it means to shake hands. Have an understanding, have an agreement. That's a possibility on that one. It says, verse 7, mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all the members are a shadow. In other words, he feels himself wasting away. He can't see well because his eyes are full of tears, of sorrow. All his arms and his legs are, shadows of themselves. He feels himself aging, degrading. It says in verse 8, upright men shall be astonied. Astonied means astonished at this. In other words, people who saw him, who were righteous, you can understand they would be astonished to see him now. But he says, as in verse 10, for as for you all, do ye return and come now? For I cannot find one wise man among you. He's telling his friends that in essence what he's saying to them is, I know that you guys think you're smart and you're wise and you're older than me, you're older than my father maybe, and you think that you know what you're talking about, but none of you have done what is really necessary here. None of you have prayed and received inspiration from the Lord as to what the problem really is. You're just mouthing off. And that's exactly what's happened. And it says here, I have said to corruption, verse 14, Thou art my father, to the worm, thou art my mother, my sister. These are part of their literary devices, basically saying, when I return, I'm going to go back to you. And You're where I came from. You're where I'm going to go back. And so he understands what's going to happen when he dies. He understands how things will go when he dies. And he's looking at his friends and saying, you guys are being very miserable to me. You guys could help me by being comforting to me, but instead you're being condemnatory and judgmental, and I don't need that.